Alex is an emotionless boy. He cannot feel any emotion like happiness, love, anger, etc. All these days he has been doing only these to four things in his whole life, like eating food, reading books, sleeping, and having sex from time to time. But he does not have any special choice even in these. Like when he feels hungry, he starts eating whatever food he finds in front of him. It is the same in case of reading as well. He does not see which book is in his hand. It does not matter to him whether the book is good or bad. He is only interested in the knowledge hidden inside it. Even when he feels sleepy, he sleeps on the road itself. And if by mistake any adult fiction book comes in his hand, then to satisfy his desire he does not use his hand. Rather, whatever woman or girl he sees in front of him at that time, he does it with her. Like while reading books in college, suddenly a spark ignited inside him. He was looking here and there to calm it down when his eyes fell on Leisha, sitting 12 feet away. He was getting up and going towards her when a cleaning woman came within 2 feet of him. So now he leaves Leisha and takes that woman with him. Seeing this, Leisha sitting nearby was surprised. Actually, Leisha has got admission in this college today. On the first day of college, Leisha sees Alex having sex with a girl from the same college in the computer room. Seeing this, Leisha was about to leave from there, but then Alex says, "We are done. Will you please go outside and see that no one can come inside?" Hearing this, Leisha comes out in fear and closes the door. Meanwhile, Siddharth comes out from inside with his emotionless face. Here, Leisha was thinking what a loafer boy he is. Someone like him should be expelled from college. But her misunderstanding is cleared when she sees Alex arriving in a Range Rover the next day. He had come to college from home while brushing his teeth. After a while, two boys come late to the classroom, and the professor does not let them in. But then Alex, without asking anyone, comes inside the class and sits on a table. Then a boy gives him a piece of paper and a pen. After writing for some time, he leaves the classroom without saying anything to anyone. Here, Leisha was not able to understand anything. Whereas the previous day, he came in a Range Rover, today, he comes in an old Alto. Despite there being so many vehicles outside his house, he sometimes comes by auto and sometimes on foot. He doesn't even wear slippers. In fact, the real reason behind Alex being emotionless are his books. Alex was born 10 years after his parents' marriage. His father was very fond of reading books, so since his birth, his father used to read Alex with one hand and a book in the other. And in this way, Alex also gets addicted to reading books since childhood. He used to do every work logically. One day while walking on the road, he felt like smoking, but he had cigarettes but no lighter. So he asked a girl standing nearby for a lighter. The girl says, "Are you crazy? Why would I have a lighter?" So Alex says, "You must have a good condom." Hearing this, the girl gets angry, but when Alex checks her bag, he actually finds a condom inside it. Next time if someone asks you for something, give him a nice reply. Saying this, he goes from there and asks for a lighter from two school kids, on which a child says, "Smoking is injurious to health." Then before he could say anything to the auntie standing nearby, the auntie says, "I have neither a condom nor a lighter." Then a girl gives him a lighter. This is Alex's cousin sister Lily, and Alex had his first physical relationship with her. So Alex was physical for the first time with his cousin sister Lily. Actually, what happened was that one day Alex's parents were out of the house and he was sitting and reading an adult fiction book. Then he felt something inside him. He got up and called Lily and said, "Can you help me physically?" Hearing this, Lily angrily says, "At least I did not expect this from you." But Alex says very calmly, "Look, it is said in the books also that being physical is not a bad thing. It helps in getting rid of many mental problems like depression and anxiety. And this is also the secret behind Einstein's success." Here, Lily also gets convinced after hearing this. Then we come back to the same incident in the school where Leisha was saying a lot of bad things to Alex after finishing his work with the cleaning lady. But Siddharth doesn't react and walks away from there like a perfect emotionless person. Then Leisha comes to know from her friend that this is Alex's college. One day, like usual, he was coming to the college while brushing his teeth, but then by mistake his brush falls down and, instead of picking it up, he breaks a branch from a nearby tree and starts brushing his teeth with it. After some time in the class when Alex was getting up to leave, the professor asks him, "Why are you leaving? Do you know everything?" Alex answers yes. The teacher asks him the most difficult questions to check him, but Alex starts answering all the questions correctly without stopping. Seeing this, Leisha's eyes become wide open, because he is such a loafer and so sharp in studies too. Wow. And the real game was about to begin now. This time, actually, there is a competition every year in this college which reveals who is the most promising child of this college. Alex has been winning this competition for the last 3 years, but this time two people get the same rank. One of them is Alex, and the other is Leisha. Now judges ask both of them to give speech on life to find out the final result. Alex comes first and says that life is a journey which ends someday, so we should not waste time and just mind our own business. Actually, Alex wanted to say that life is a logic. Now Leisha comes and says that we get life only once, so we should live it openly and help people and remain beautiful and happy. Now the judges like Leisha's speech very much, so they make Leisha the winner. This was the first time that Alex lost to a girl in a competition. But the real shock came when he found out that this time too, Leisha was the topper of the college. Alex, an emotionless boy, becomes emotional when he loses to Leisha in a college competition. After hearing Leisha being praised by the entire college, he tells her not to think herself great just by winning a competition once. Don't forget that I have been winning this competition for the last several years. Hearing this, Leisha says that just being a genius does not make one great. To live, one must have some emotion inside oneself. But Alex feels very bad about this, so he returns home in frustration and brings one of his maids to his room. Both of them were taking off their clothes when Alex saw his mother standing behind him. Then his mother says, "Yuck, son. I never even dreamt that you would do such a disgusting thing." Hearing this, Alex realizes that what he was doing was wrong, and so he leaves the house in shame. Then he feels hungry, but this time, he does not eat grass like before. Instead, he starts running away with someone else's food. At night, he sleeps on the road as before, but he cannot sleep peacefully there. Then a Sant comes there and tells him, "Son, you have lived your life wrongly till now. From today, start your life in a new way." And from here, slowly, all the emotions start coming inside Alex. So now, finally, all the emotions had come inside Alex. When he comes out of the room with his new look, Lily becomes very happy to see him. He even has breakfast with his family for the first time today. On the other hand, Leisha was also surprised to see his changed appearance when he entered the college in full zeal. But Alex would have just hugged her and walked away from there because somewhere the real reason behind his change was Leisha. Even now, he talks nicely to everyone, respects his teachers. And even Leisha was able to notice these changes in him while sitting in the class. Siddharth even apologizes to the cleaning lady with whom he had misbehaved a few days back. Then, on the traditional day in college, Alex's eyes fall on Leisha. He had never felt anything like this inside him before today. Due to these changes of feelingless, Leisha also slowly started liking him. Then, on a romantic day, Alex sees an opportunity and finally proposes to Leisha. But his way of proposing was very casual. Now, after being in a relationship, Alex first brings Leisha to meet her sister Lily, where he tells Leisha that Lily is also among the 40 people with whom he had physical relations. Now emotions had come inside Alex, but he still did not have the ability to control them. One day, Alex brought Leisha to a birthday party of one of his classmates. Meanwhile, the truth and dare game starts there. In the first few rounds itself, Leisha's turn comes. Now, after choosing the dare, she gets a dare from her friends that she should kiss her boyfriend in front of everyone. Hearing this, Leisha was about to kiss Alex, but Alex is unable to control his emotions and he cleans a table in front of everyone and throws Leisha there. But then Leisha kicks him away. Realizing his mistake, Alex runs after Leisha saying sorry, but Leisha was deeply hurt by today's incident. From outside, Alex was shouting, "Sorry, I made a mistake. I could not control my emotions," but from the other side, Leisha was not saying anything. After a few days, Alex's sister Lily meets Leisha and says that since you have come, there have been so many changes in Alex, and if you leave him now, then who knows what will happen to him. So the next day, they meet a doctor to control Alex's emotions. Now, after a few days of therapy, changes were visible in Alex as well. Now the doctor tells Alex's parents that, to control Alex's emotions, we will have to take Alex to a peaceful environment. From then on, Leisha starts teaching Alex yoga in a peaceful environment. Even though Alex doesn't feel like it, Leisha takes very good care of him, due to which Alex becomes normal to a great extent. Then one day, Leisha's mom calls and says that she has a civil service exam tomorrow, so she should come home quickly. Now Alex and Leisha start going towards the city. Then a goon comes on a bike and starts saying bad things about Leisha. But Alex repeatedly tries his best to calm down his anger and become normal. But that goon keeps talking about Leisha, due to which Alex is unable to control his anger, and he hits his bike and makes him fall down, due to which his car also gets damaged due to the collision. Now Alex and Leisha are searching for a way to go home when a lot of goons come from behind Alex and start hitting him with an iron rod. Now Alex comes in his full form and starts killing the goons one by one. Meanwhile, the police arrives there and they arrest him along with the goons and put them in jail. Because Alex and Leisha reach the police station now, due to which Leisha is not able to give her exam tomorrow. So Leisha respects the police and says, "Please let us go." But Alex was very angry and he started speaking to the policeman in a haughty tone. "Are you deaf? Can't you hear?" Meanwhile, the officer gets angry and puts Leisha and Alex in jail. Leisha keeps begging the officer to let her out, but the officer does not let them out until morning. Now, as soon as Leisha and Alex come out of jail in the morning, Leisha has already missed her civil service exam. Now Leisha gets very angry at Alex and says, "You can never improve. I gave you all my time to improve you, but what did you do? Today, I missed my exam because of you. And from today onwards, don't show me your gross body." From that day onwards, Alexa starts wandering like a beggar in love with Leisha and starts remembering all the times he spent with Leisha. Now he had become so mad that he went to Leisha's hostel and started fighting with the hostel guards. Then Leisha's brothers come and start hitting Alex, due to which Alex gets injured and lies down on the ground. And when Lily comes to know about this, she comes to Alex and starts crying loudly. Now Alex A starts shouting loudly, Leisha, Leisha, even in unconscious state. Now, as soon as he regains consciousness, he starts destroying everything in his house one by one, and then he again enters the hostel and starts fighting with the guards. Now he starts shouting like a madman at the top of his voice in the entire hostel, Leisha, Leisha. Then we see that Leisha comes out of the washroom after taking a bath, and in the meantime Alex reaches there. Alex A starts insisting on taking Leisha to his house, but Leisha angrily tells him, I told you earlier that you should never show me your face. Saying this, Leisha slaps him and goes away from there. Now Alex gets angry and sits down by the roadside lighting a furnace. Now the next day, Alex comes in the middle of the road and starts disturbing all the public and starts shouting, Leisha, Leisha. Meanwhile, Leisha arrives there, but Alex had gone so mad that even after seeing Leisha standing in front of him, he was unable to recognize her, and Alex says, You cannot be Leisha. Then while running, he collides with a car and dies on the spot. And this is how the story ends here. This story is based on a true incident. So don't forget to tell us your opinion in the comment box whether what happened to Alex was right or wrong, and what Lisa did to Alex was right or wrong. And before this channel goes far away from your sight, like the video and subscribe to the channel so that you do not miss such interesting videos. Thanks.